Welcome to Battersea Power Station and to Architectural Adventures. We're starting at the Heritage and Learning Hub, where you'll get the quick story of how this iconic building was brought back to life, from coal and chimneys to shops, flats and a whole new neighbourhood. This wall shows how the old power station was reimagined, from a working industrial site to a modern London landmark. These original control panels once held power a fifth of the city. It's one of the few places where you can still see this type of engineering up close. This model shows the station as it was. The four chimneys are a key part of its design and of London's skyline. Here's the bigger picture. The old station, surrounded by new apartments, shops, offices and parks, is now a city within a city. This timeline here walks us through nearly a century of change, from 1929 through closure to one of the most ambitious rebuilds in London. These are original 1930s bricks and terracotta cladding. Over 6 million bricks were used in Battersea's construction, with 1.7 million more specifically made for the restoration. Modern additions like this concrete canopy were designed to contrast yet complement the original brickwork. The restored facade still features industrial-style steel windows and terracotta bands, key elements of the building's 1930s Art Deco design. This side of the station shows its monumentous scale and precise geometry. The smaller windows reflect the building's original turbine halls and service spaces. New vertical glass inserts reinterpret the rhythm of the 1930s brickwork without copying it. This entrance sits within the station's base, now adapted for shops, cafes and walkways. The landscaping softens the building's monumentous form. These dipped brick piers and fluted terracotta forms are key to the station's monumental Art Deco style. The interplay of light and shadow emphasizes the vertical lines and gives the building its cathedral-like presence. This playful lawn sits at the base of the power station, a new social space carved from the old industrial void, designed for people, not machines. It softens the scale of the massive brick walls towering above. Suspended walkways and exposed steel beams are part of the new interventions, a bold contrast that honors Battersea's industrial roots. We're inside the heart of Battersea Power Station's boiler house. The vast brick shell, stripped back to its original fabric, reveals a patchwork of soot-stained surfaces and exposed concrete, scars of decades of heavy industry. Clean, modern walkways float between the old walls, a clear contrast in materials. Look closer. You'll see remnants of paint, render and installation stripped back to reveal the original London stock bricks. Here, at the heart of the boiler house, a piece of original machinery has been turned into a centerpiece. No longer in use but proudly displayed, surrounded by benches and warm lighting. It anchors the vast space and reminds us where it all began. In connection with the exposed brick, steel and scars seen earlier, here in Battersea Bookshop, the story continues. Above the shelves, you can still see the old brickwork and steel beams, setting the stage for a calm, modern space filled with books. This was once a huge machine hall. Today it is a modern walkway lined with shops. Turbine Hall B has been transformed into a multi-level retail arcade, while still reflecting its industrial origins. The soaring height and steel structure are retained, now supporting walkways and shops across 2 tiers. Clean glass storefronts, polished floors, and exposed ceiling beams create a sleek modern environment. Overhead, retained gantries and cranes hint at the hall's formal function, contrasting with the new insertions. The glass shopfronts sit as crisp, contemporary inserts within the historical Turbine Hall. Their transparency maintains visual continuity across the vast space, while their minimalist framing allows their industrial architecture to remain the dominant presence. Turbine Hall B maintains the monumental scale of the original power station. Now repurposed as a dynamic retail and leisure space, modern walkways and escalators are suspended within the hall, offering multiple vantage points. Shop fronts across different levels bring order and rhythm without overpowering the historical fabric. Suspended above Turbine Hall A, the original gantries and cranes remain as striking relics of the building's industrial past. Once used to lift heavy turbine parts, their rusted steel frames add a dramatic layer overhead. Turbine Hall A retains its original lofty proportions, defined by steel trusses, tall walls, and Art Deco detailing. Overhead, skylights and continuous balconies echo the hall's industrial past, while newly inserted walkways and warm lighting preserve its historical character. Turbine Hall A stretches out in a grand symmetrical sweep. Its tall Art Deco columns are clad in pale tiles flecked with blue. Steel trusses above and polished concrete floors below tie together the historical and the new. Suspended above Turbine Hall A, the original overhead crane and gantry remain in place. Their riveted steel frame and industrial yellow finish contrast with the roof glazing. Engineering relics reimagined as architectural features. Tall columns are clad in pale tiles with small blue specks, adding subtle pattern and texture that echoes the station's 1930s style. Restored stone and steel mix with natural light from the windows, highlighting the building's industrial charm. A modern escalator with slick black framing rises beneath a ceiling of warm wooden slates. Above, green painted steel trusses and skylights fill the hall with light, linking the new design to the building's industrial heritage. This is what makes Battersea Power Station so special, friends. Not just that it's been saved, but how it's been reimagined. It's a place where the past and present meet, where old turbines, soaring brick walls, and steel beams now shape a new kind of public space. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Architectural Adventures. Next time, we'll head to South Kensington to explore another of London's most iconic buildings, the Natural History Museum. See you there.